Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. We've had a day yesterday. That's why you didn't get a boots on the ground. That's how my day was. I was literally within 30 seconds of turning the camera on. Everything was set up. I was finalizing to do a boots on the ground. And my son runs in and says, I have an electrical problem at my house. So we run over there and we deal with that. And what basically happened was we have a main power panel, and it runs to a sub panel to his house. And underground. Now our responsibility is to go from panel to panel, not the power company. So we got 10.5 inches of rain within like 38, 39 hours. So what we think happened was, well, we know what happened. The water shorted out the underground line. You know, it was an improved line, but it's old. So what it was doing was, it was short-circuiting, and the two legs were putting 220 on one leg, which you can't do that when you have appliances and other things that only take normally 110. So he definitely had a problem. It killed the power. Called my buddy, off-grid mountain homesteader. I wish I could give him his name, because one day I'm gonna make a mistake and tell him his first name. But my buddy came over, and he's a professional beyond professional, and he troubleshooted it for me and came to the conclusion, yes, you need a new line. So it's going to be a pain. You have to dig it up, use the excavator, make a mess of everything, make a mess of the driveway. And we priced the wire, and we priced conduit. They're robbing you. I mean, it's unbelievable. But we got to do what we got to do. So right now he has no power. But luckily we had a lot of power boxes. Luckily, I think I've given 7 power boxes away. Luckily we had enough though here. So he ran last night with power boxes. I will tell you this, it's still a challenge when you have many power boxes to have a lifestyle you're used to. You're not going to have that lifestyle. Even someone that buys a 2,000 watt box is going to be in trouble. We had the ability, because we have power here, to bring the boxes over today and top off any of them that was used last night. In a grid down situation, you only have one power box and it's not a sunny day, or you don't have a lot of panels, life is going to be difficult. I will just tell you right now, we are used to a style of living in the United States with electric, clean water, sewer. When the power grid goes down, it's going to be devastating. You think people are a little bit touchy now, give it 3 days with no power, no stores. It's going to be Mad Max out of there. Literally Mad Max to the 10th power. People are not going to keep their crap together, and they're going to explode just because of the lack of the infrastructure that we have just come accustomed to. So this is my problem. The well is serviced off of his house, so my well is down. I showed you a few videos of the off-grid water, and it's not totally complete. The solar side of the house is done, so we use a hand pump called the Simple Pump, and it's manual. But they also sell a 12-volt pump that automatically drives the piston up and down, pumps the water out. So we're really close. I'm hoping today, priority 1 is just to put water back in both houses. I can literally do it right now by attaching the hose. Before, I had that motor set up on its own pressure switch. So when the pressure drops in the tank, so we actually have 2 pressure switches, one for the simple pump, one for the grid powered pump that's way down in the well. But we're in the process of switching things over. We've disconnected that. I could probably in an hour or so put it back together, but that's not the ultimate plan. The ultimate plan is to have the simple pump 12 volt, pump it into the tank that I've showed you. It sits right there, and then a booster pump, take it from that tank and pressurize the 2 houses. So that's the plan. Or hopefully today we'll have that done. So right now I can go over there, and I have to get water, and I just took a 5-gallon bucket, set it down, get the end of the hose, put it in the bucket, turn one switch, boom, and that pump, boop, 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 boop. The problem with that is it's not a constant, like a flow, because when the piston goes up and down, it's it's still putting out a steady stream of water, but there is a little hesitation in it. The problem with that is, if you say you take over an empty juice can and you're trying to fill that up, you can make a mess quick. So we've we're learning stuff right now. That's why people say, hey, test your preps, turn your power off. Luckily, we still have power here. So it's not as bad for us. We just don't have running water in the tap. So this is the name of the game. You need one of these for each bathroom, literally, because this is easier to put in there and then you can pour your clean water. A lot of people don't have the simple pump. A lot of people are going to have to go get rainwater catchment. They're going to have to get water from a spring. They're going to get it from a creek. It's a lot of work doing what I'm doing. I'm walking 120 feet and bringing pure, clean water back to the house. If you got to go get the water, purify it, you need to practice everything right now. Don't take anything for granted. Zero. Turn that power off. Turn the water off. Practice, 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 practice. So I'm going to share with you what I'm learning. I have a bunch of these. Now some of these were made, actually they're not made, I bought a bunch of the, I call them coffee dispensers. And I did that so I could give these to neighbors that do not have clean drinking water with a pump, or they don't have a generator, or long term, they have nothing. Because I could give them this and they could get 5 gallons of water from me every day. Because I did no problem to pump water out of the well. Right now I could supply you whatever you want. So I would have extras of these, so if I give these to neighbors that have no water plan because they're not prepping, they could actually get 5 gallons a day from me, pour it in here, and then dispense it during the day. Also, if you're trying to do something in the sink and you're pouring water on something, you're wasting a lot of water. So this is going to guarantee you that you don't waste as much water. So you need to get these. You don't have to put them together right now. You probably have 1 million 5-gallon buckets with beans and rice stored in them. Very easy to cut that hole, put this in. Each bathroom needs one of these. The kitchen needs one of these. You need some of these because you want to get ahead of your filtering. If you don't have clean water, you got to get ahead, because if you're filtering your water and drinking it the same day, what if you get sick and you're the person that walks to get it? I've had a ton of people say, hey Dave, that really told me something, because my water plan was walking, literally people said I have to walk 2 miles to get my water, and that was my plan. They've since redone their plan. You need to get ahead of your water, because if you get sick and you're the main water gatherer and you're sick for just the flu for 3 days, they're going to have problems. So you want to get ahead. So having a few of these around will let you get the water out quickly. You don't have to, but this is easy to do. Having this next to the kitchen sink, so we're clean water so you can wash your hands. Put it right next to the sink, and that way you can turn it on and wash your hands. Trying to do with a bottle is not recommended. You waste a lot of water. Make sure you get one that stays on. Pushing it down is until you let go, but then you want that capacity, so if you fill in a pitcher, you don't have to keep holding it as much. So the first thing I've learned, which I knew, but it really reinforced it. So today's plan, I'm gonna get you boots on the ground as soon as this is done, and then I'll tell you what we're doing. We got to dig up the driveway, we got to put a new line in. It's a pain, it's a lot of work, but it can be done. So learn from this, do a practice run, get your water plan. So much to tell you, but I will do another one and update you. The power boxes save the day, but most people only have one, so it's gonna be really hard to really stay comfortable. I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be miserable. Even preppers are gonna be miserable in SHTF. Thanks for watching.